Let's first begin by reviewing the last section on how to distribute and combine like terms. Remember, you always want to start with distributing. So in the first example, we will start by distributing the negative 2. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x, and negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. Now we will rewrite our problem. The new expression is 4x minus 2x minus 10. Now we must find terms that are alike and combine them together. Recall that combining means to add terms, always taking the sign in front of them. We can add together 4x plus negative 2x, giving us a positive 2x. We simply bring down the negative 10 as it cannot be combined with the other terms. Our final expression is 2x minus 10. In the next example, we will start by distributing negative 6y. Be careful when you multiply negative 6y times 10y. Negative 6 times 10 is negative 60, but you will write y times y as y to the second power, or y squared. Negative 6y times negative 11 gives us a positive 66y. Our new written expression is negative 60y squared plus 66y plus 8y squared minus 3y. Next, we will combine terms that are alike. We can combine negative 60y squared and 8y squared, which gives us negative 52y squared. You can also combine the y's together. 66y plus negative 3y gives us a positive 63y. Our final answer would be negative 52y squared plus 63y. You will not always just have one set of grouping symbols, as in the previous examples. Sometimes you will have multiple sets of grouping symbols, which consist of parentheses, brackets, and braces. When you have multiple sets of grouping symbols, you will always want to start with the innermost set. Look at this example. We have parentheses inside of brackets, so we will start there. We will distribute negative 3 to the x and to the 4. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x, and negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. We will now rewrite our expression. Next, we will look inside the brackets to see if we can combine any like terms. Inside the brackets, we can combine together 2x and negative 3x. 2x plus negative 3x is negative 1x, or just negative x. Notice we have not distributed yet. All we did was rewrite the expression after we combined like terms. Since there is nothing left to combine inside the brackets, we can now take the 3 outside the brackets and distribute it to each of the terms inside. 3 times negative 1x is negative 3x, and 3 times negative 12 is negative 36. Our simplified expression is negative 3x minus 36. In this example, we have both brackets and parentheses. We will start with the innermost set, which is the parentheses. With this set of parentheses, it looks as if we have nothing to distribute, but remember we can treat the negative outside the parentheses as if you were distributing a negative 1. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2, and negative 1 times negative a is positive a. Next, we can look inside the brackets to see if there's anything we can combine. None of the terms inside the brackets are alike, so we will move on and distribute what is outside the brackets. Some students are tempted to distribute the 3ab, but that is not the term directly outside the brackets. The negative sign is outside the brackets, so we can treat that as a negative 1. We will take the negative 1 and distribute to all the terms inside. Negative 1 times 2ab is negative 2ab. Negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2, and negative 1 times a is negative a. The final step would be to combine like terms. We can combine 3ab and negative 2ab, which is a positive 1ab, or just ab. The simplified expression would be ab plus 2 minus a. This expression can look overwhelming at first, and it's hard to figure out where you even start. It's sometimes easier with this type of problem to treat each set of brackets as separate problems. We can split this problem into the brackets on the left and then the brackets on the right. We will deal with everything on the left-hand side before working on the right-hand side. It is important with these lengthy problems to take your time and rewrite the problem after every step. If one mistake is made at the beginning, the rest of the problem will be incorrect. Let's first look inside the brackets on the left. We will start by distributing the negative 2. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2, and negative 2 times negative x is positive 2x. Notice we rewrote the entire expression just after doing that one step. Now let's keep working with the left-hand side of brackets. Is there anything you can now combine inside that set of brackets? We can add together 4x and 2x, which gives us 6x. Now we will rewrite the problem. We have nothing left inside the first set of brackets to combine, so we can now take the 3 outside the bracket and distribute it. 3 times 6x is 18x, and 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Our rewritten problem now only has one set of brackets on the right-hand side. We will start by dealing with the parentheses inside the brackets. Notice we are not distributing the 3x, rather we are distributing the addition sign, which some students prefer to write as distributing a positive 1. 1 times x is x, and 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. Now looking inside the brackets, we can combine like terms. 3x plus 1x is 4x. Rewriting the problem, we see there is nothing left inside the right-hand side brackets to combine together. We can then take the negative outside the brackets and distribute it. Remember, you can treat that negative as if it were a negative 1. Negative 1 times 4x is negative 4x, and negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2. At this point, we have nothing left to distribute. We can simply combine like terms. 18x plus negative 4x is positive 14x. A negative 6 plus 2 gives us a negative 4. Our simplified expression would then be 14x minus 4. Take a minute and pause the video to try simplifying this expression on your own. When you're ready, play the video to check your answer. Hopefully you started by distributing the negative 3. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x, and negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. Rewriting the expression after this step, you notice that there is nothing that you can combine together inside the brackets. Our only choice then is to distribute the 3x to each of the terms inside the brackets. 3x times 2x squared is 6x to the third power. 3x times negative 3x is negative 9x squared. 3x times negative 12 is negative 36x. Your final answer should be 6x cubed minus 9x squared minus 36x. Again, pause the video and try simplifying this expression on your own. When you're ready, play the video to check your answer. We want to start inside the brackets in this problem. Since we have two sets of separate parentheses, we will start with the one on the left and then work our way to the one on the right. Starting with the first set of parentheses, we will distribute the 3. 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times negative y is negative 3y. Rewriting the problem, we see we must next distribute the negative 2 to the second set of parentheses. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x, and negative 2 times y is negative 2y. Inside of the brackets, we would then have 3x minus 3y minus 2x minus 2y. Before you distribute, remember you can combine like terms within the brackets. 3x plus negative 2x gives you 1x. Negative 3y plus negative 2y gives you negative 5y. Inside the brackets we would now have 1x minus 5y. Since there is nothing left to combine inside the brackets, our last step would be to distribute the negative 2. Negative 2 times 1x is negative 2x, and negative 2 times negative 5y is positive 10y.